All right, guys, the world gets crazier by the day. I love you. God bless you. Praying for all of you out there. So the biggest story in the world, please like and share, was Tucker Carlson's expose yesterday of a missing front tooth, crack addict, and what many would perceive as a prostitute, blowing the former President Barack Obama. I mean, look, I guess it's relevant, but it just kind of shows how America has deteriorated into like a cheap, low-rent Jerry Springer reality television show. Like, I don't know, guys, it's pretty bad. I really don't see it affecting any major change. I think it's just entertainment for people. And honestly, I think Tucker can do better. Like, I support Tucker. You know my opinion. I think after spending years in mainstream media and making hundreds of millions of dollars, it's not like he's gone rogue now, to go alt AMTV style and give us the real truth. He's been put there for a reason, and I'll explain why, which I didn't yesterday. The baby boomer generation trusts the mainstream media. They pretty much only trust television, okay? But my generation only trusts social media. And so they're now placing the mainstream media, people like Tucker Carlson, into alternative media to basically co-opt the narrative and the dialogue. Again, let me just ask you like a basic question. And I'm not hating on Tucker Carlson, but like, how does this help? And how does this affect any real change? I really don't think it does. Like, again, do people really care if these accusations are true or not? And if they are, what are people going to do about it? I don't think much. And that's the point. In order to save America, people need to be taking action in productive ways instead of falling into all these traps like a mouse with a little piece of cheese. Let me give you an example. January 6th was a trap. They set up the trap. The mainstream media set up the trap. And I want you to think about all the people that pushed people in the conservative movement into the trap. And what did it do? It sentenced people to life in prison without parole. And it was used as a weapon of the Democratic Party to attack Republicans. Just like they'll use the interview that Tucker just did as a weapon to attack his credibility, attack the credibility of the accuser, and then bury the real story, which is classic propaganda 101. I mean, that's what I would do if I was them and I was working for the evil cabal. I would place the story you saw Tucker give yesterday. And again, I think Tucker can do a lot better. And I think it's just not a good look. It looks like Jerry Springer and it doesn't solve any problems. And I'll give you another example of it. I won't give you all the details, but there was even a point where Jerry Springer said, quote, "So you're telling me that Barack left a bad taste in your mouth after you met him?" I mean, this is disgusting stuff, guys. Okay, this isn't classy. This isn't classy. This isn't a class act. It's like feces, basically. So anyways, not all is bad. Let's focus on the positivity today. But that's my opinion, what's going on with Tucker Carlson and others. On the positive front, my dad and I are kicking major ass with islandproject.com. We're, of course, closing on multiple new properties here in Honolulu and also Maui. And I wanted to discuss why we have such a huge opportunity in Honolulu. One reason is the currency trade. The Japanese yen, which has lost about 31% of its strength against the USD, go pull up a chart right now, maybe I'll put it on the screen, has presented this crazy opportunity where wealthy Japanese, that disproportionately are our largest international buyer, are selling their prized real estate on the cheap to people like us, to my members. And so we're buying beachfront right now, like you see behind me, at a crazy discount because of the currency trade. What are the Japanese doing? Well, they're taking those stronger dollars, but selling it to us cheap and repatriating it back to the Japanese yen for profit. Eventually, this will revert. There will be a reversion to the mean. And not only will there be further price appreciation of real estate, and because of cash flows and high rents and all the reasons you buy real estate, tax advantages, etc., which makes our democratized portfolio so cool and so awesome. But there's instant profits once we revert to the mean at some point in the future, and the Japanese yen itself strengthens when the Japanese central bank starts to raise its interest rates. But it also proves the point that there is no recession. It's a hyperinflationary collapse like I had warned. I told you it's a wealth transfer. It's not going to stop. They're going to price you out of all the hard real assets for a reason, because they don't want you to own any of them. And so while people are focused on Tucker Carlson stories, while they're focused on lowbrow Jerry Springer entertainment, and nothing is really getting done at all, you should be focusing on your own health, wellness, financial prowess, community, decentralization, and you should be getting involved with world-class opportunities like us, because What else are you going to do? I mean, when you invest with my father and I and my team, you're investing into class acts. You're investing into the good guys. I'm not doing a story on prostitutes and crack addicts. I just think it's not classy, San Diego. I'm thinking about that the movie with Will Ferrell. So that's what's on my radar. That's where really my attention is. And, you know, we see with the political attacks with Trump and the indictments, I mean, what problems does this solve again? There is no political solution. Your vote doesn't count. It doesn't matter. There's going to be no change in the upcoming 2024 selection. The only thing it proves, another reason they planted the story that I talked about yesterday, is it now guarantees that Michelle Obama will be running for presidency of the United States as the Democratic nominee, which is why they dropped this story. And they used a former, but I believe still the same, once mainstream media, always mainstream media, guy to drop it. Oh, what else are you guys seeing out there right now? I mean, how are you getting your cash flows up? What is your opinion on the markets? I'm super bullish. I'm buying more crypto right now. I've been buying more Bitcoin. I've been buying more Ethereum. I've been buying more XRP. Of course, I'm getting ready for our world-class tokenization launch as a part of islandproject.com, which only my founders will receive. And we're going public on international exchanges, and we're accumulating properties with no bank debt before more banks fail. And of course, before the CBDC currency reset, which I also warned would happen. I mean, I've been telling you guys this for 16 years. Everything I've warned about comes to pass. I told you that they would lock down the world years ago. I told you that they were going to mask your children, that you wouldn't be able to travel, that they were introducing a surveillance state, social credit scores. And I didn't do it 2 years ago. I did it, again, 20 years ago. I've been telling you the truth, warning you about what's coming. And we're at the point now where the warnings, you know, they're not as good as they used to be because you don't have time to be warned. The only thing you have time to do is get ready, prepare, join communities like ours, stay positive, get the cash flows up, create income from you and your family, protect you and your family, get outside of the banks before the next phase. CBDCs, capital controls, digital currency reset, and as America implodes politically, economically, and they move us into a new digital dollar, that's going to be the program. And most people are going to go along with it. Again, as you've noticed in recent years, there's never really any material significant change at all. It just continues, and people think that they've actually created change. So if you want to be a part of the change, and you don't want to focus on politics right now, which personally I don't, and you don't want to focus on Jerry Springer episodes and Tucker Carlson's next piece. I mean, who's he going to have on next, guys? Like, could it get any worse? I mean, honestly, it was really bad yesterday. Like, really, really bad. And again, nobody cares. Nothing's going to be done because of it. They're not going to do anything because of it. You're not going to do anything because of it. And I'm encouraging you to actually do something. If you want to save America, go with the class act. Okay? If you want to save yourself, go with the class act. If you want to get ahead, then get ahead. You're setting your own expectations in life. There's so many possibilities in the world. Everything is absolutely limitless if you truly believe that and you embrace that. And you see me do it every single day. I mean, when I started 20 years ago, I was just living in a basement, man. I didn't have any money. People laughed at me. They said, oh, you know, you'll never make any money with social media, Chris. And then I accumulated millions of views, millions of subscribers online, made tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. Now I'm buying real estate, launching my own blockchain. I bought Bitcoin under 1,000 because I'm actually fearless, which is what you should be. You should absolutely have no fear, because what do you have to fear? I mean, when you're on your deathbed someday, you're not going to look at yourself and be like, geez, I'm glad I played it so safe. I'm glad I was safe. You don't want to be safe. You want to live dangerously. You want to live freely. You don't want a mask on your face. You don't want to be controlled. You should embrace your own power, embrace capitalism, embrace liberty, embrace freedom, and honestly, turn off this trash talk. TV, turn off. If Tucker Carlson, every video now is going to be about prostitutes and drug addicts, sorry, bro, I'm out. Because I got better things to do with my life. It doesn't represent a Christian man. And a lot of these politicians, frankly, do not represent Christianity either, man. It's getting really, really bad. But just like Shakespeare said, you know, throws little breadcrumbs out to the peasants and they eat it up. And as we move into the true-to-life idiocracy, I just encourage you to be better than that. I encourage you to rise. I encourage you to think big. I encourage you to to see the glory of God, to help us save more people before his imminent return, and click the link below. And join us at islandproject.com for your 30K minimum. Get in, you can call me or my dad, 808-442-2934, and actually make a difference in your own life before it's too late, before your life is gone, before, you get the diagnosis someday, or you realize something bad happens, or life throws you a curveball. Like for many of you retirees that planned on traveling the whole world over the last couple of years, and the government told you couldn't do it, and they locked you in your house. Unless you take your freedom back now and stay classy, you'll never get it back again, and you'll never have it. Links below. I'll see you there. islandproject.com. Absolutely unbelievable. And we have the ability, along with our members, to just achieve, honestly, I believe, greatness in the coming years and things that we really stand for. I'm a Christian. I love God. I love people. Not everyone in the project's a Christian. It's not a requirement. But we love God, and we're all just pushing, and we're all, building each other up and creating an incubator, too, and a network, so to speak, of really great things in the future. Yeah, so you can make money. Absolutely. You can tokenize 1,000x potentially. You can go to the freaking moon. Receive your distributions, your large capital gains, private events, so much more. And imagine in the future, because it's not just here in Maui, the next project could be in Thailand, could be at a amazing world-class ski resort, anywhere our members want to go. And all of you tuning in that become founders are the only people in the world that are going to have access to it. So it truly is a democratized event that will never, ever happen again, which makes it so special. And honestly, is my life's purpose and passion and mission, and it is an honor to serve all of you. We have pastors, we have people in Fortune 100 as a part of our membership. We have working moms, single mothers, grandparents, baby boomers, young kids. John out in California and his mom, he's a young, strapping entrepreneurial guy, reminds me of myself when I was a lot younger, and he's gotten in and made it happen and gotten into the project. So and
had to work at it.
And so there's just so much honor and amazingness to that that makes what we're doing worthwhile. So you can feel great not only owning the best investment in the world, but also doing a lot of good, and then turnkeying the blockchain into fractionalization and tokenization of a world-class asset that we're the Genesis launch, islandproject.com, of the first ever opportunity like this that has ever existed. So I encourage you, click the link below right now. You can call my father. You can speak to us, ask any questions. You can also fund immediately through Portal in the Members tab. There's a 5-minute application. It's so easy. Some basic questions are answered. We accept ACH, wire transfer, crypto, of course, other methods. And let us help you through the process. Make sure you onboard for our review. And upon approval, I will countersign along with my father. You will receive your amazing docs, and we'll see you in Maui Booyah very soon. 1,000 freaking X to the moon.
All right. Aloha, everybody. Great to be with you today. And remember, we're the good guys. We're trying to do good in the world. He's passionate about this, and I am too. So aloha.
Love you.
Join us.
God bless. See you soon.